I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself.
Hello, everybody. Hello again. Welcome back to another episode of RBO. We are here to talk about two exciting topics today. You know, the NBA is gearing up still. We're getting close to the All-Star break, so a lot of guys are, they're bringing it right now. Some guys trying to make the All-Star case. The voting is going on right now, and a lot of times this is like the midpoint way of the season. So guys look at them records and they go at it a little bit more. Before we get started on these topics, I'd like for you guys to like, subscribe, share this video with anybody that you know that's an NBA fan that wants to get some updates about just the different topics, topics that the mainstream sports outlets really don't talk about. We also have a link on the bottom, and so you guys can become a member. A lot of different perks there. We have chats on IG where you get all the different sports. You get updates and things of that nature. You get live debates. Guys go at it all the time in those chats. You learn a lot. I know since I've joined like the baseball chat and even different college chats, especially college football, I learn a whole lot. So feel free to click that link, become a member, and join the fun that we have in here. We also have different shows on the network as well. We have the Refuse to Lose network, but we also have CTC, that's Carl Talking College. We have BWT, that's Teddy, Baseball with Teddy. Also have FFC, that's Fantasy Football with Coach Combs. He still will be doing videos just about the NFL in general. We also have the Joe Jordan Show. Actually, Joe talking about the Kings. He's a Kings fan, so he gives you live updates on the Kings games. And he be right on point. If you're a Kings fan, definitely tune into that. We have Dave's Doghouse, where he gives you guys the dogs of the week. And also, the guys that's been slumming or guys that's been messing up, they're in the doghouse. You hear me? I know about the doghouse. Everybody, especially one with the lady. If you got a lady, I know you've been in the doghouse once or twice. So we also have the main show, though, the Refuse to Lose show, which covers all topics. And we also have In the Red Corner, which is a boxing show. We have three guys on there. Those guys really know what they're talking about, give you three different perspectives. So check all the shows out. The network is growing. We invite you on to become a part of this. Make sure you guys leave a comment, because, at the end, I will dive into all the comments, answer any questions you guys have. So fill it up, man. Ask questions, give you a take and everything. But that's it right there. So let's talk about these topics. First topic that we're going to dive into, we're going to talk about Wemby versus Giannis. Now, this was the first time these two met, and they did not disappoint. Neither one of these guys. Giannis, from the jump, he was going straight at the Spurs defense. You had Wemby. He was messed up on Brook Lopez because of the height thing, and they had Sohan on Giannis, which we all know that's kind of a mismatch. I don't think Sohan's even 6'10". He's probably about 6'9". He has long arms, but he's really no match for Giannis. He's more of a guy that, he can double down on Giannis and help out. But Giannis was having a field day on him, He ended the game with 43 points. He had 44 points, dominating. Now, off the jump, first quarter, Giannis made a statement. He scored 7 points early in the game. You didn't see A lot of Wemby early on, really, to be honest. He only had 4 points, but he was on a minutes restriction. He only played about 26 minutes this game, and he was very impactful still. He finished with 27 points, 5 blocks. He also had 9 rebounds, and that's only in 26 minutes. It was his birthday that day, so he had to show out. I remember last game he checked himself in without even letting Pop know. So that shows you this guy really wants to get after it. He really wants to be out there and play, especially against a matchup like Giannis. I know he wished he could have played 35 minutes, 30 minutes, because Giannis ended up playing 38 minutes, 39 minutes this whole game. And I'm pretty sure Wemby was wanting to be out there to really, compete with this guy. He wants to compete with the best of them. You see the fire he plays with. He had a tremendous backdoor cut on Giannis, so he displayed his agility out there. Giannis is like a brute force. He's a bit agile, but Wemby is showing that he has that touch. He has that agility to really cut, slash, and get to the basket. He had a couple buckets on Brook Lopez, which is a top-tier defending center in the league. He's been like the best top 3 as far as defensive centers in the league. He's been that for the past couple years, and Wemby was backing him down, shooting hook shots on him. He made it look very effortless, to be honest. Like I said, 27 points in 26 minutes is very impressive. Another thing that I noticed about Wemby, we all know, he impacts the game in every way, every single way. The guy can hit the 3. He can also defend the inside and the out. I saw him close out on Connaughton and get a block shot at the 3-point line. And he covered so much ground, just a couple steps. But at the end of the day, Giannis told them young boys, get your weight up. I mean, Giannis was going straight at Wemby and the Spurs defense the whole game. Excuse me, guys. And excuse me 1 second. And it was really fun to watch. These two taller guys. We always waiting to see this matchup. I know I was waiting to see how Wemby would perform against a guy like Giannis. Will he shy away from the competition? Will he want the bump? And it really showed that he really wanted that bump, to be honest. It was a play late in the game. It was the Bucks. The Bucks was up 3. And Giannis, he bodied Wemby, got him under the basket, but Wemby stood firm, stood tall, and he got a block shot. And that's probably what the highlight of the game for a lot of people, because I kept seeing it all over the place. And it just shows you that Wemby is here. He needs a point guard, like I touched on in one of my earlier segments. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, guys. And this guy, Wemby, is showing that he's just an ultimate guy out there. He does it all. But like I said, Giannis told them guys, yo, get your weight up. He, in the fourth quarter, he pretty much took over. Him and Dame, actually, I got to give Dame a little bit of love. He had 11 points in the fourth, shooting 5 from 7. But Giannis led the charge with 14 points. He 5 from 6 from the field, hit both his free throws. And this was one thing that was very uncharacteristic of Giannis. He had 2 threes. He was 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. And I'm not sure if it was because Wemby was out there. He's like, yo, if he can do it, I can do it. Because Giannis really put on a show out there. He's really making the case to be MVP again. Even though this Bucks team is not as stout as it used to be, especially on the defensive side. They can still score at will. It's just they can't stop nobody. I mean, they're allowing about 120 points a game. So this team really has to step it up on that end if they're really going to, compete. Because teams like the Celtics are rolling right now. I even like what I see from the Heat with their new addition of Triple J, the rookie out of Gonzaga. He's really been balling. Then we also have my boy Tyler Hero. He's playing very well this year. People forgot that. He got hurt last year, but this year he's playing really well on both ends. He's showing that he's playing a lot more aggressive out there. So this Bucks team has to step it up, and it starts with Giannis and Dame. But Giannis has been doing his thing lately. He's been just dropping 30 points, 40 points. He had a triple-double recently. He's really coming to his own. Shout out to Middleton as well. He's been playing well also. But as far as Wemby, man, he really needs a point guard out there. He needs a guy that's going to distribute, a guy that's going to really find him, put him in his places, because nobody can stop him. Once he gets to the basket, it's almost a bucket every time. He shoots over any and everybody. Shot a couple shots over Giannis as well the other night. The play of the day to me though was when he was on the fast break and he caught the ball and he kind of swiveled through Giannis and there was another defender there and he threw it off the backboard. It was like T-Mac in the All-Star game. You know, he threw it off the backboard and flushed it. Actually, this guy Wemby had a couple highlights out there. The one on the fast break when Dane was on him and he put it behind his back. You know, he looked like me back in 08. You know what I'm saying? When I was in my bag. When I was a young boy out there. That was my go-to move right there. Put it behind the back. But he put it behind his back and he two-hand dunked it on Brook Lopez. If you watch it, he didn't even really get off the floor. That's how tall he is. So Pop, find my boy a point guard. He needs a veteran point guard, or even if you got a young stud that you're trying to draft. I'll have the episode of that later on. You know, who should the Spurs draft or who should they trade for, because they really need a point guard. They really want to see the potential in Wemby. I mean, Trey Jones starting, he's a solid point guard. I feel like he's a backup. He is the best point guard on that team, but he's more of a backup point guard. He needs a guy that's really going to find him. You know, I mean, Trey Young, only thing about Trey Young is, you know, he doesn't really play the Pop way. He's more of a scorer. So he really needs a guy that's really going to facilitate, you know. So Pop, that's your homework, man. Get your boy a point guard because he needs it out there. Guys miss him all the time, and he's still out there producing. So shout out to those two, though. They really put on the show. You know, Wemby only playing 26 minutes, still putting up 27. But Giannis at the end said, you know, this is my league still. I am still him. 44 points, 14 in the fourth, and he got the dub. So shout out to those guys. That was the first of many battles, and it did not disappoint. Looking forward to see when those guys play again. And, you know, we'll see what they do. But that's all I have on those two guys, you know. Now, we're here to talk about another player. This guy has been putting on the show. This guy is letting the league know he is him. And we're talking about Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero, that is. This dude, you know, ever since I made that video about him dueling it out with KD, you know, he's really been on the tear. This Magic team hasn't been winning as much as they've been. You know, they have a lot of injuries right now. A couple big men. Markelle Fultz still hasn't showed back up. Jonathan Isaac's been out the lineup. A guy like a Joe Ingles, who a lot of people say, it's only Joe Ingles. He's our veteran presence out there. He's a solid playmaker for us. He really gets the offense settled down. He really does, you know, find guys in their spots like a Mo Wagner. Even Paolo, guys like that. He really knows how to run an offense. He's been there, done that. You know, he's been around a long time, so he's seen a lot. So he knows how to play winning basketball. And we're missing that element right now because he's been sidelined for about a week or two. But this team has really been battling. That they show me that they're very resilient. Shout out to Coach Mose. He's really stepped his game up as well as a coach this year. And he's been doing a very good job. But let's talk about Paolo. The game after they played the Suns, they played the Warriors. It was an L. Steph Curry just went crazy, man. He had about 36 points, I think. I mean, my boy Jalen Suggs, poor Jalen Suggs. Steph Curry was just going crazy on him. I mean, he's an excellent defender. There's just nothing you can do about that. Guys are going to hit shots. But Paolo, that game, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. He really balled out. He's showing that he can put up numbers consistently on a night-to-night basis. Just has to rack up a couple more wins. You know, he does play winning basketball. I think it's more of a team effort thing where, you know, this team is young. They got to, you know, just still learning how to play winning basketball. Paolo, he put the team first, and you see it in his play with the 6 assists. The next game he played against the Kings. This is when he really put the team on his back. Franz Wagner. Shout out to him. He's our second best player. He probably our scorer. You know, a guy that really fills it up on the scoring end. Paolo is a great scorer as well, but he does it all. You know, he rebounds, he defends, he assists. Not saying Franz doesn't, but Paolo at his size and his skill set, he just does it a little bit more effortlessly. Now, this game against the Kings, Franz went down early in the game. You know, we had I believe Cole Anthony was out. We had guys out, man. It was a lot of injuries. And Paolo was asked to put the team on his back, and that's exactly what he did. The team didn't come out with a win. I mean, Malik Monk went crazy. He had about 30 something points. He couldn't miss. I mean, I don't know if you guys know what jelly is. That's the layup thing. His jelly was ridiculous that game. He was going to the cup, finishing at will. He had a crucial bucket to take the game to second overtime. Malik Monk was just doing his thing, man. I'm not gonna lie, he was balling. But Paolo, he really put the team on his back. You know, he suffered an ankle injury later in the game, but then he also left the game for a second, but he came back, and that's when he put a Superman cape on. Oh, shout out to Chuma Okeke. Balled out, man. Fourth quarter, he started off. He hit about 3 or 4 threes back to back for us. Scored our like 9 straight points for us in the fourth, and he really kept the team in the game while Jalen Suggs and Apollo were both getting rest. Because right now, those two guys were our best 2 players that game with all the injuries we were dealing with. But Paolo Banchero that game, 43 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Now he has to step up his rebounding. I think he has to become a more consistent 8 to 10 rebounder a game. Even 7 rebounds would be okay because he's just that type of player. He has to insert himself down there a little bit more, box out a little better. You know, take a page out of Kevin Love's book. You know, he boxes out and he doesn't need to get off the ground, but he's a guy that used to average about 13 rebounds a game. So, but really what I want to talk about, this guy in the fourth quarter, man, he really put the team on his back. He had 12 points in the fourth quarter, not missing 1 shot, 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. He also had hit both of his free throws. He shows his ability to get to the line at will. He's just such a bucket. You know, in OT, he had 9 points, 3 for 4 from the field, hit his only 3 and hit both of his free throws. Now, in overtime, too, you showed that fatigue was setting in. This team was just taking care of the shots at times. They were turning the ball over a little bit. Paolo didn't even score that quarter. He had 2 free throws that quarter, but he didn't make none of his shots. I feel like that's when he also needs a point guard, a guy that can get him in a spot. Now he can run the one. He has the ability to do that, but at 6'10", you really want him playing like that mellow role, mid post and down, get him in his spots because that mid range that he has is so deadly. That mid range that we talked about last episode, he was practicing with KD. Man, it's been on display. His ability to get to the basket has been on display. He had a bucket at the end of the overtime, at the end of the first overtime when he slithered through we had the ball, taking it out under the basket, and he cut through, got the ball right there, and just finished over like 3 guys. I mean, he's shown his ability to really score all around on the floor. And he's been a bucket, man. He scored 18 straight points for this team in the fourth and OT. It was just ridiculous, man. Check out my Instagram page, real.ballers.only. That's on Instagram. And I will have clips of that Sacramento game on there, and also have clips of that Wemby and that Giannis game as well. But let's talk about this last game where Paolo knocks his first career triple-double against the Nuggets. Now, when you play the Nuggets, you think Jokic will have that triple-double. But no, it was a Paolo show. Paolo was just doing it all, you know. This team went down a bit early. It was double-digit lead that the Nuggets had built on them. But Paolo had really put on a display, man. This game we had even more people out. Both the centers was out. Batadze, Wendell Carter, so France. Mo Wagner started. France was still out. Cole Anthony did return, but we didn't have Jonathan Isaac still. We had about 7 guys inactive this game, and Paolo really did it all, put the team on his back. He did get help from guys like Jalen Suggs, who had about 27. We had Cole Anthony dropped 23. Even Mo Wagner had 19 points. Now, Mo Wagner is an excellent guy to drive, to get dish offs to, dump offs to. He's not a defender, though. I mean, it was tough out there for him on Jokic. Jokic had him in foul trouble early, but this team is very resilient, and they fought back and battled. Third quarter, Paolo really was all over the place, man. He had 7 points. He also had totaled that with 7 assists as well. Just finding guys, you know. He has the ability, you know, if you want to double team him, he demands a double team. And if you want to double team him, he's going to find an open guy and make you pay. And we got guys that can knock down shots. It's crazy because I was just saying, man, we need a Cole Anthony out and we need a Mo Wagner. Where these guys been at? They need to come and show up. And they did that for us today. And Paolo led that charge. He had 32 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. He's just showing that he's just a stud, man. He can do it all. His three ball has gotten a lot better. A lot of people slandered him last year, saying that he had to get that up. However, they didn't realize he had an injury whole month of March, where I believe it's March or February, where he only made like 2 threes out of 30 attempts, and it was due to more of an injury thing rather than his jump shot. But as you see, his ability to find guys, give guys opportunities, the team trusts him with the ball because they know that he will find that he will make the right play. He reminds me so much of LeBron James in that aspect, the fact that he can get to the lane, do what he wants, and also has that ability to pass all over the floor. I mean, you see him making cross-court passes, see him making passes out of double team, just looking over guys. He has to cut down his turnovers. He does turn the ball over a lot. But that's just a young player for you, you know. Especially that's why I say he needs a point guard, a guy that's gonna help him get into his spots. And he doesn't have to dribble the ball as much because at 6'10", it's really hard to really be a true point guard. You know, you look at guys like when KD played against the Celtics that year in the playoffs, and they were jumping him. You know, he's not that type of guy. Now he's a baller, but he's not that type of guy that can run the one at will. He has the ability to pass, but guys like that, you want to get them in their spot. So you want to get them in their range of shooting because it only takes 1 or 2 moves to get a bucket, and he's showing that ability. You know, you see here he has that trust in his teammate, gives it up on a fast break, and Mo, he just a finisher, man. Shout out to him for showing up, but Orlando has found them one. Paolo is him. He's a baller. This game in the fourth quarter, he shows that, you know, his ability to get to the basket is very crucial. He didn't hit not one field goal in the fourth quarter, but he hit all 9 free throws. You know, he had 9 free throws, all of them in the fourth quarter. 9 for 9. Right here, he's hitting 2 free throws to tie the game up, and then next possession he gets to the line again. His 2 more free throws to seal the deal. This Magic team was able to get a stop to end the game. And, you know, that's what they've been living off, man. They've been living off their ability to get to the basket and then their defense. So the Magic really are our team to be reckoned with. I feel like in the future they have a star in Paolo, another star in France. But a guy like Paolo can really take this team to another level with his play. And he's showing that, man. So shout out to Paolo, man. He's my favorite player in the league right now. As y'all know, I'm a Magic fan. It's been a long time since we had a franchise player, you know, since Dwight Howard, I'll say, you know. But then this guy can play on the wing as well, so like T-Mac. So this is a good time right now in Orlando. This team is fighting right now to stay top 6, top 5 in the East, and they're showing their resiliency. They're in a stretch right now where they're trying to get back healthy. But Paolo is a guy that, like I said, man, he can put the team on his back, man. He's showing why, you know, I'm so high on him. Why I say like the next 2 years he could be a top 3 player in this league because his ability to impact the game at all levels. He's a 6'10" beast. He does it all. So shout out to Paolo, man. Keep on hooping, doing what you do, man. Sky's the limit for you, my boy. Sky's the limit. But you know, that's all on Paolo. Now let's check these comments, see what you guys been talking about, man. Let's see, man. So we got my boy Tay. Shout out my boy Tay right here, man. He's a Magic fan as well. We've been trying to tell him about Paolo, and they ain't been listening. Hopefully, Paolo got them listening now. Shout out to Joe. He's a Kings fan. You know, check out his podcast. He really went in depth on that Kings game. Even when we played them, he said some good stuff. Said some good stuff about us, and also broke the game down very well. Shout out my boy Teddy here, you know, Boston fan. Hey, we owe y'all one. But let's see. Do you think Wemby would be better on a different team? To be honest, I don't. I really like him with the Spurs, to be honest, just because I like Pop with him. I think Pop is really he's not gonna rush things. Some guys take that gamble and you know, they rush things and let them ball out of control. But Pop, I think he's playing that safe route. You know, he had a guy like a Tim Duncan. So he has a career that he has a track record of you know, developing guys, especially, he has, like I said, Tim Duncan is considered the best power forever, man. Pop was one of the guys that helped develop him. So I like him where he at. I just think they need a point guard over there. Oh, just like, yeah, Ricky Rubio would have definitely been perfect. Ricky Rubio would have been perfect. Like, that would have been so perfect for him. A veteran guy, that, he played overseas as well, so he knows about that life. And like I said, he can pass the ball. He can find them. And Ricky Rubio really has shown that he's a solid point guard. He can hit the three now, but he retired, man. So shout out to Ricky Rubio. He shout out to Ricky Rubio. Paolo, yes, sir. Tay, we've been trying to tell him, man. We've been trying to tell him. Yeah, Paolo did start off shaky early in the year, but me and you knew, he's a guy that he's trying to find his way. He's a guy that he plays winning basketball. He's not a selfish player. He had to learn that, on this team, you have to be selfish at times, though. You have to be a bucket. You have to be him. And lately, he's shown that he is him. That the injury to France really probably is going to put that, that battery in his back and really let him know that, he got to take over. Yes, Mike Miller, his agent, Mike Miller, he's playing the league rookie of the year for the Magic, actually. And he's definitely been working on his shot, as you can tell. Paolo jumper is looking a lot better. I spoke on this last episode saying he has to consistently get better at that because that's really going to take his game to a next level. And he's shown that ability. Seen a couple pull-ups in that clip against Denver that he hit. He's a beast, man. His pull-up game is crazy. Three-ball game is crazy. But, Paolo, Caro is here. Shout out Paolo. Shout out Orlando. Shout out my boy Tay, my fellow Magic fan. We here, man. We let you guys know that the Magic are here. Paolo is here. And if this team gets healthy, watch out. I'm telling you guys, this team is a force. You never know what they can do in the playoffs because they have a guy like Paolo. If he figures it out, just go to the basket, attack the basket, keep attacking with that midi, hit the three when he has it, find his teammates, but also dominate the glass. That's the number one thing I need him to really, really do consistently is dominate the glass at his side. So shout out the game. Shout out Magic, man. But, that's all I have for you guys today. Like I said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share this video with anybody that is an NBA fan, especially any Magic fans that you know. I know it's not many of us, but we're going to have a lot of bandwagon fans soon, trust me, because we're here. But, also click the link in the bio, become a member. We have different perks. You get exclusive chats where we talk about all different sports. You get the news ahead of time. You get live debates. Guys go at it all the time, like I said, and you also learn a lot. We also have different shows. We have the BWT, CTC, FFC. In the red corner, we have Dave's Doghouse. We have the Joe talking about the Kings, and we also have the Refuse to Lose show. So check all the shows out. They all have their own channel with their names. So check them out. I really enjoyed you guys in the comments. Thanks for all the comments. We're here. Like I said, Wemby versus Giannis did not disappoint. Looking forward to seeing more matchups between those guys. Don't forget to check out my Instagram at real.ballers.only. I will have clips from that and also Paolo's 43 points. As a young player, Paolo is really coming to his own. Has to cut down the turnovers, but I think once we get our point guards back, get all our players back, that's going to cut down. So shout out to everybody. Keep on balling Orlando. Keep on balling Wemby. Giannis is still here. He's still that guy. And yeah. That's all I have. Sorry, guys, had a little mishap. But I know this RBO. This is a basketball show, but I'm a Steelers fan, man. And I gotta shout my gang out. We playing right now, playing the Ravens. I don't know what's happening. I don't know nothing. I'm about to tune in soon. I get off this live, but we need this W. Get up in the playoffs. Shout out to the Steelers. This is what the best rivalry in football. They don't have Lamar. You know, a lot of guys not playing, but with this rivalry, anything is possible. So we got to bring our A game. So let's go Steelers. Let's get this money. But that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you tune in for the next show. This is your boy Vaughn. Peace.